Hey there, Foxy family. Thank you for joining me on today's video. And already to my face, I have applied my foundation, concealer, and my base. Also, I have already applied my eyebrows because we all know how much I love doing those. Now, using MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, I am going to use this to prime my lids for the rest of the shadows. Now, using my Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette, I am going in with Latest first, and this is going to be our base shadow. Now, taking Leadwin with a fluffy blending brush, we are going to start sculpting out our crease and using our very first transition shade. And with a fluffy blending brush, I'm going to drag this along my lower lash line. Now, taking Muck from Mazzy Cosmetics, I am going to begin sculpting out an outer V for our eye and blending this into our crease. And also dragging this shade along my lower lash line as well. Now, taking the shade Wrath from Mazzy Cosmetics, I am going to begin packing this right in the center of our lid, leaving the inner fourth of our lid open for our lightest shade. Now, I am taking Taunt as our lightest shade, which is also from Mazzy Cosmetics, and I am pressing that in the inner fourth of our lid. Now, I am just going back in with Wrath and Muck and kind of making a really nice gradient here of the three shades so that they blend seamlessly together. Now, for our inner corner highlight and our brow highlight, I am taking Frozen Frost from Mazzy Cosmetics, and I am just going to pack this here under my brow and then in the inner corner of my eye. Now, taking a nude eye pencil, I am going to begin to line up my lower waterline, and I absolutely hate doing this on camera because I think it looks really creepy. Taking Ardell's Double Up Lashes in 203, I am going to pop these bad boys on my lash line. Now, taking two different types of mascara, I'm going to first use I Heart Extreme by Essence for my top lashes, and I am going to blend my false lashes and my real lashes together. And then for my lower lash line, since it's a lot harder to get in there with a big brush, I am going to take my CoverGirl's Super Sizer Mascara. It has a much smaller brush and is a lot easier to fit in those tiny little lashes. For contour today, I'm going to use Kat Von D's Shade in Light Contour Palette, and I'm grabbing this middle shade here, and I am going to begin sculpting out my cheeks, making my 5 head into a 4 head, sculpting along my jawline and down my neck, and then of course, my nose. For highlight today, we are taking King Tut from Jeffree Star in his Skin Frost, and I'm going to be applying this to my cheekbones, a little on my forehead, lightly down my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and then of course we are going to top the tip of our nose off. Grabbing some Scotch tape to begin our headpiece, I am going to apply it to the back of my hand first to get most of the stickiness off so it doesn't rip off our makeup we have already applied. And then I am going to place this on my forehead, creating a triangle so we have sort of a stencil for our headpiece. The first shade I'm going to be using is Jeffree Star's Unicorn Blood, and I am applying this at my hairline and just kind of fading it down the triangle about 1/4 of the way down, and just make sure this is nice and evenly blended so that the other shades are easily blended into it. The next shade is going to be Botanical from ColourPop, which is this awesome corally orange, and I am just placing this right below Unicorn Blood, and then I am going to flip my brush over and kind of blend the two together. Now taking Vivid Bright's Vivid Halo from NYX, I am going to use this as our yellow shade, the lightest shade here at the very bottom, and again I'm going to make sure that these are nice and blended so we create a really good gradient of color. Now taking Unicorn Blood on the back of my hand, I am just taking the end of one of my makeup brushes, and I am going to begin placing the dots on my head. I didn't really have a plan going in, just kind of organically created what I thought would look best at the moment, and I suggest you do the same if you are recreating a look like this. I went back in with the yellow color, but it doesn't really show up at all, so you can skip this part altogether if you want. It just didn't show up very well. Now I am going to be lip filling my lips so they are nice and plump and ready for our Kylie Jenner lip kit in 22. That is it for our fiery festival makeup look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this and liked it. Let me know if you like the style I filmed this in. Let me know in the comments down below. I'll know to do the next makeup tutorial in this style. And as always, I love you guys so freaking much. Please don't forget to subscribe and become a member of our Foxy family. We're all weird here and we just love makeup, and I love you. And all of my social media links, of course, are going to be down below, and I can't wait to see you in the very next video. I love you guys so much. Bye! I don't know why, it just reminds me of a princess. I don't know why, but it does. It reminds me of a pretty princess. Ooh, Missy.